Hi again. So today I'm working with my Snapdragon seedlings, and these are exactly 4 weeks old today. And as you can see, they are growing really well, but they're starting to get to that point where they need to be thinned out. I started these in a 72 cell tray, and while I tried to get only 2 seeds per cell, as you can see, some of them have a few more than that. So it's that time, they need to be thinned out, and I'm going to be thinning them to just 1 plant per cell to allow them as much growth space as possible. Now I do have a few empty cells that didn't germinate, so some of the healthier plants I'm going to transplant to those empty cells, but basically I'm just going to go through with the scissors and cut the weaker of the plant from each cell and keep the stronger plant in each cell. And in the second part of this video, you'll see how I pinch my Snapdragons, but that'll be a little further down the road in their growth process. So let me just show you a few individual cells close up so you can see how I work with this. So in this cell, you can see that I have 6 plants, which obviously is way too many. But then in the 2 cells next to it, I have 2 weak plants and 1 weak plant. So I'm going to cut both plants out of this one, and I'm going to cut the plant out of this one. I'll keep a stronger one here and then transplant 2 of the other stronger plants into these neighboring cells. So this is a strong one and this is a strong one. I'll cut that weak one. And I'll cut those 2. So now I'm left with 3 really good sized plants. Then to transplant, I'm going to use a pencil. I'm just trying to tease the roots apart so I damage them as little as possible. Okay, so this one is staying in, and I might need to add a little more soil around him. Okay, so now I have 1 per cell. All right, so all of my trays are thinned. These are gonna go back downstairs under my grow lights until they're ready to be pinched. Okay, so it's about a week and a half later, and I'm gonna go ahead and pinch back my Snapdragons. Now, a lot of these are about 3 to 4 inches high, so this is the perfect time to do this. So I'm just gonna simply take my scissors and I'm gonna cut them right above the first set of true leaves. Now the first set of true leaves is not the first set of leaves on your plant. The bottom leaves are the first set of leaves that come out when it germinates, but the second set of leaves is actually your first set of true leaves. So I'm gonna come in and cut them right above that first set of true leaves. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this with all of my plants. Now these plants would be just fine if I let them grow as they were, but I want to encourage more bloom growth. So by cutting off this top portion, I'm cutting off the main leader, which encourages the plant to make new ones, and that is what encourages more bloom growth. So this is gonna delay the bloom time by probably about 2 to 3 weeks, but it'll be totally worth it. So I'm gonna go through and cut all of these back at that first set of true leaves. Okay, so I've gone through and pinched off everything. There were a few that were a little bit too short, so I'll come back in about a week and finish doing those. But now I'm gonna go put these back downstairs under my grow lights, and I'm gonna give them a good watering and fertilizing. I've been fertilizing them every other week at half strength with a fish emulsion fertilizer, and it's been working really well so far. And these realistically probably aren't gonna be able to go in the ground for another 5 or 6 weeks, depending on our weather here in Northwest Iowa. They are not going to be under the grow lights for that entire time because at some point I'm going to be able to start hardening them off and they will be able to be outside during the day. So I'll make sure to keep doing videos as everything progresses because I'm documenting everything this year with my cut flower garden here on YouTube and my Instagram account. So stay tuned.